All right, we're back with the man. He is the guitarist, writer, vocalist in Breaking Benjamin. You see him out there on the major tours, major festivals. Please welcome Keith Wallen.
How's it going?
And Keith, I see, man, you got a solo project, a solo tour coming up. I know it's a nice break. Obviously, you have the support of your bandmates. Hey, we got some downtime. Do your thing. You know, hopefully it brings new experiences, new talents, new skills, you know, to your main band. Talk about the impetus. How long ago did you start thinking, man, it'd be great to do a little side project here? And now the time's come with a little downtime, get out there and play it for the people.
Yeah, I'd say probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I was the singer in my first band, so I've always had a love for singing and writing songs, of course. And naturally, there's some things that I'll write that it just aren't the right fit for Breaking Ben. You know, so you want to get it out there somehow. So, you know, why not do some solo music? But it is very much a part of my career. It isn't just some kind of throw off hobby in my downtime. It's very much something that I want to exist in the same universe as my career with Breaking Benjamin. You know, there's no reason why I can't do both things. And yeah, I think a common misconception is when I first started releasing solo music, people would think, oh, well, you're leaving the band. I'm like, no. And there's so many times I've had to be like, I'm not leaving the band. Not that I know of, not unless, I don't know, not unless they know something I don't. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to just do both. And yeah, and just make as much music as I can.
Absolutely. Like I say, it keeps you busy, you know, some downtime. Did you go to Ben and say, hey, this is what I want to do, and make sure you had his blessing so it wasn't a conflict or anything?
Yeah, I kind of talked about it a little bit. Yeah, it is one of those things where, you know, I had solo music before I was in Breaking Ben, so why wouldn't I have it after? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to surprise, you know, people like, what, you know, what is that, man? We didn't get a chance to listen to those songs first. He's just gonna put them out. But you know, I know, like I said, you've had a long history playing in Adelita's Way in bands before, Breaking Benjamin, and like you say, obviously you got a nice home set up there. You're able to write songs, and you kind of know what's best for the band and what songs, like you say, man, this is nowhere near the band. I wouldn't even play this for the guys, you know, it's just not in their vein, you know. And you know, as far as putting together this solo tour, I'm assuming you had, like, is it a separate agent, somebody who kind of help route it out for you?
Yes. Separate booking agent. Yep.
Okay. And how did you decide the routing? Did you kind of tell them we want to do a lot of Midwest and, you know, East Coast or South, or did you kind of give them an idea of where you wanted to visit?
No, not really. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I kind of just let him take the reins and see where there was interest. And these were the first round of shows where people were into the idea. So
okay, you throw the big net out there, and fish are popping in these towns, and you're like, okay, well, let's go where we're wanted. And hopefully after this run, maybe there's some other towns that say, man, we missed out. What's going on? When are you coming out again? You know,
that's the goal.
But obviously the main priority is Breaking Benjamin. I know, like I say, unfortunately, like Welcome to Rockville, you know, Mother Nature called, and I know Guns N' Roses had to cancel. I know Korn had to cancel. I mean, you know, I guess when the lightning starts, then with all those towers and structures of the stages, I always wonder at what point, you know, I was involved with the Warp Tour for like 20 years. And I remember Kevin Lyman would have to look at the reports and look at the sky and say, all right, well, you know, rain is one thing, but when the lightning starts coming down and we got these, you know, big ass stages, which are like lightning rods, we can't endanger the talent, can't endanger certainly the fans. And, it's got to be a careful, I guess, line that's crossed before they say, all right, shut it down.
Yeah, obviously safety first. If there's lightning in the area, just gonna have to call it. I mean, anytime there's outdoor shows, weather rules all. So just gotta adjust to what you're given.
Yeah. And I know in, previous times with Leaders Way and stuff, you guys were on some festival bills, I guess, with Guns N' Roses and some other, bigger bands. When you started playing some of those larger festivals, did you guys kind of have to adapt as far as obviously you play the same, but as far as just existing with all these other bands backstage and trailers and load in, and you want to be user friendly, and the crew think highly of you as you leave the venue.
I'm sorry, I don't know what the question is.
Yeah, well, I guess early on when you went from playing clubs or venues, and now all of a sudden you're in these big multi-talented festivals where there might be 40 bands and 2 or 3 days, and a lot of vans and tours and trucks and buses. When you first started encountering that in your career, was it a challenge to adapt to, or you just kind of went with the flow and fit in with the people that had done it before?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, if you're at that point where you're playing big shows, you treat them like any other show. If it's, same kind of thing as if you're playing to a small club with 200 people. You want to just give it the same energy, the same amount of heart, and get it, throw it out there.
Yeah, no question. Now, as far as what are you most proud of achieving once you put this solo project in the can and you're looking back at it? What do you feel most proud that, like, hey, I kind of accomplished what I was trying to say?
I don't know if I ever get to that point, or if I will ever get to that point. I think I'm always going to be hungry. I'm always going to be trying to write a better song. I'm going to be trying to play more shows and just keep that going as long as I can. I wouldn't have believed it if someone had told me when I was younger that I would be at this point in my career and still have a career after 20 years. I would have just been like, that's amazing. I probably wouldn't have believed it. So I'm happy to be here, and happy and grateful to be able to continue to still make music.
Yeah, I know, coming up as a youngster, wanting to play music, and then your first paid gig, you're like, really? They're paying me to play music, and then you have a career run like this, and you look at so many other peers and people you knew coming up that had retired long ago, and they're like, wow, man, I can't believe you're still making a living doing it. You're still out there, and it is a blessing. We see some of these heritage acts, some of these classic rock bands, they're in their 70s and they're still doing it. I just talked to Albert Lee. This guy came up teaching Eric Clapton how to play guitar. He's 78 years old and he's in the middle of a European tour. It's just like, wow, it's pretty damn amazing, that as long as, I guess, people want to see you and buy tickets, it's a blessing to be able to do this. And you've certainly done it a while now. What's the best social media for people to follow you on the solo side to keep up with the tour and your music and stuff?
So Instagram, I'm at KJ Wallen. It's the same handle for Twitter. Facebook's just my name, Keith Wallen. Spotify, it's just my name, Keith Wallen. Apple Music, it's just my name, Keith Wallen. YouTube, same thing, Keith Wallen. It's a lot of my name.
Yeah, man, keep it simple.
Yeah, man.
Our special guest is the man, Keith Wallen, guitarist, writer, vocalist, not only solo wise, but for the mighty Breaking Benjamin. You'll see him out there with Alice in Chains, and go check out his solo tour. You know, the more the better. Support live music, keep the music industry
Absolutely.
alive. And Keith, it's been a real supreme pleasure, man. Thanks so much for joining us and going down memory lane, and we'll link everybody up with the other segments. Thanks
Thank you so
again.
much.